Welcome to day 2 on the allotment. Now I've had a good chance to look around, and there's quite a lot of rubbish. There's this, there's some old flags, there's what looks like a bath here with stuff in it. So I don't think it's anything I want, but it's got stuff in it. There's another raised bed here. There's some glass there, which well, I don't know what that's for. I'm assuming I could lay that on top of a raised bed to make a raised bed. There's the greenhouse, which appears to be in a raised bed of its own, just for stability, so that's kind of good. I found some thornless blackberries, not ideally located, but never mind. I'm not sure what's down this end. There's some logs there, and then this bit here is mounded up. It's about a foot higher, so I'm going to have to eventually clear this, work out what's underneath, and probably level it, to be really honest, because there's quite a height differential between the two. So I think, to be fair, this end may well be the last bit being tackled, and if there is a big height differential, then I could end up just making this end a compost heap. Building compost heap over there in the corner, a couple of compost heaps, and then I don't know, do something else with the rest. Because if it's about a foot and a half mounded soil, that's going to be a pain to move, and of course, where am I going to put it? So got to think about that. I do like my little shed. It's a bit full of spiders for me, but well, I'll live. We'll learn to coexist. I've got some storage stuff in there, so it needs a coat of paint and everything, then it'll be okay. Got a nice little potting table here. It's obviously in a bit of a state. You can see there it's a bit rusted, but it'd be okay. I can clear it up, and I can use it for potting and working on. Got a water butt, so I might well get a second one and do something so that it overflows from there into it overflows from here into a second water butt next to it. So we'll have a think about that, see what we can do. That chair will go and be replaced by one that I can sit on once I've actually cleared this, because there's meant to be paths between all the allotments, a wheelbarrow wide, and that's what this area here is. So this is facing out onto the path between myself and the next allotment. So I need to clear this path, and what I will do is, once it's done, I'll wood chip it. I've got some weed membrane, put that down, wood chip it, and that should be nice and easy. Now you can see a bit of a difference already. Last night I just spent 10 minutes pulling up the big weeds that were in this plot and in this raised bed here, and you can see there's some nice looking onions under there. A few came up with them, so I've got a few onions to test, but now, at least with them up, they've got an opportunity to grow and hopefully flourish. And same here, you can see there's red onions in this one, and having cleared it, they're looking quite healthy. They're quite nice looking onions, so that's really good. Very pleased about that. This is the garlic one. Again, I've pulled up all the big weeds. I've still got to go through with my trowel and do it properly. And I pulled some of the weeds up of the strawberries. It's quite nice. It's got the it's quite well built, actually. It's double layered. There's loads of runners coming off, so I'm going to repot some of the runners and use in my cunning plan for later. But you've got the tubing over the top, which is good for netting, and you can see there's some very nice looking strawberries. So deliciously sweet as well, so I can highly recommend them. Now here's some rhubarb. Rhubarb I don't think should be in a raised bed. To me that's a waste of a raised bed, because it's a permanent crop. I'd rather put it elsewhere. So what I might do is, you've just given me an idea here. If this rhubarb, it looks, to be fair, like it's its first year being in the ground. It's a bit pathetic and small, so I suspect it was only put in this spring. So if I wait till autumn, dig this up and go and put it, what I might do is put it on the end here, you know where this raised bit was. If I build 2 compost heaps and then I put the 2 rhubarb in there, that frees up that bed, which obviously I can then use for, I can put in my crop rotation and I can use with my veg. So that'd be much more preferable, and perhaps if I clear this, I could also in the autumn, which isn't that long away, put in some fruit trees as well, or fruit bushes, something like that to go along there, just to, I think, add a bit to it. So that end could become quite a nice little area. And I suppose looking at the glass there and the bath, if I cleared the bath out, I could always use the bath as like a cold frame. And there is a raised bed there behind it, so I could obviously start some stuff off in the greenhouse, but we do have communal polytunnels here, so I can use those as well. But I can do a combination of both. I can start off in there and then I can harden off and build polytunnels here, which would be quite nice. And obviously I've got this here as well. This is quite a big raised bed that I can use for, well, I don't know, something. I think, judging from the sun, this is going to be shaded for some of the day, so I need to think carefully about what I put in it. All those bags are full of compost, so some decent compost in there. So once I clear, particularly this bed, I think, looking at it, yeah, looking at this, the soil level's quite low, so once I clear this bed, I'm able to pour this compost in and just raise the soil level up a little bit. Now I've had a quick look around as well. There's nothing really going on in this bed. Certainly nothing to get excited about. There's a mare's tail, which is a nightmare. And again, there's a couple of potatoes there. 2 more raised beds there, which I showed you yesterday. There's another one there, and then there's 2 more buried under the weeds there. So they're quite big. They're at least sort of 6 foot square, those ones. So I've got some good sized raised beds in which I can plant a good crop rotation, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 raised beds I think, plus I've got space at either end, so the raised beds will be really good. Once I've cleared all this is all going to be barked, and it's going to be nice and easy to get in and out of. I may even put a fence around the outside, purely because I can then get like apple trees, and I can train the apple trees along the fence. I could get like more blackberries and other bushes like that, train them along the fence. So there's a lot of possibilities there in what I could do, and to be fair, that would be a good use of space. I mean, whilst it's a good sized plot, it's not a big plot, so you've got to be very economical in your use of space. So next year, next spring, I'll be doing a lot of vertical planting and a lot of things that are going to really maximise the productivity in the small space. I'll even, one of these beds here, I'll do some square foot gardening, and I'll probably show you all about how square foot gardening works. Now on the end, this is the real weed patch. I've just come down with my shears and just given a quick snip, and you can see I've cleared a sort of thigh-high pile there, and just a quick clear there. So I'll come down again. I do suffer from sort of back problems, back pain, so I must be careful not to overdo it. So I've had a bit of a snip. I've got some of it down. I'll come back tomorrow or the next day. I'll do some more, and that way I'm not overdoing it. I'm not going to be in agony and unable to move tomorrow. So I know it's frustrating having to do it a little bit at a time, and many of us suffer from this, but it's got to be done. And if I just do a little bit at a time, it's going to get there, and it will be there before I know it. So as I said, this end here, I've piled the compost there for now, but like I said, I think I want to move it down, right down the other end. But this end here, again, I could put in some more raised beds, but I might just dig this over and use this for like brassicas 1 year, potatoes the next, and so on. You know, do these as sort of for larger crops. But again, I might decide to put raised beds in purely because it's neater and it's easier to manage. I mean, it's not a huge space, and I know when you put raised beds in you do lose a lot of space on the paths, but the raised beds are quite convenient. You can easily get in and out of them, and you can easily get to all your stuff. So work's already begun, as you can see. Those two beds are looking good, so I'm going to, not today, we've got lots of stuff to do today. It doesn't involve these, but I will be coming down here, clearing these beds by hand, just making sure they're neat and tidy, and then working my way down and sorting the rest out, doing a little bit each week. Now this is the garlic. Just want to show you this. You can see there it's sent up a shoot, which is its flower bud. Just pull these off when you see them on your garlic, if you see them on your leeks, if you see them on any of your oniony type plants. Just pinch them off, because what happens is your plant will stop developing its bulb and concentrate instead on producing the flower on the end here, because it thinks that's more important. So just pull them off and throw them away. You don't need to keep them, but that's all you need to do. And then once that's done, pretty much I'm sorted. There you are, they're all off now, and that'll hopefully, I think these are going to come up. I don't think they're going to be any good, to be fair. I think they're a bit too far gone with rust, so we'll have a look at those another day. But that's the allotment. It's all going well. I'll give you another update very shortly.